fucking penis gets shoved up your ass like you've never had it before. Fuck your life.
End of message. To delete this message, press 7. To save it in the archive.
I never ever wanted to get too close to you. I didn't want to fall in love. They told me all the stories that the boys in the glory nearly died when you gave them the shove. But I fell for you and I'm feeling funny, like maybe I'm the next in line. I guess I'm just another guy out of luck. Whoa, whoa. I guess this time I'm just a run out of luck. Cause you always told me that when we were together you were happy for the very first time. I looked into your blue eyes and I figured that you meant it and that everybody else was lying. And now you come and tell me that you really like me and you hope that we can still be friends. I guess I'm just another guy out of luck. Oh, whoa, whoa. I guess this time I'm just a run out of luck. Now I know you never really loved me anyway, but who cares? I learned from it just the same. And it's true, you know something better than me. Cause I'm sure I'll never fall for your kind again.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, man? We got Solar on the phone. We have Sexter from San Diego, or both of you guys are from San Diego. And we have my regular co-host, Decibel. How you guys doing, man?
I'm alright. I'm in my underwear.
Yeah, me too, man. I just got out of the shower and shit, and I'm just wearing my underwear and a beanie. That's it.
A beanie?
Yeah.
Still in my work clothes.
I got nothing.
It has like puzzle pieces on it, dude. It's a pretty cool beanie. But anyways, here we go with the show. There's been a lot of shit going on. One of the most popular FRs I've ever seen on CasanovaCrew.com was posted by Sexter, and there's kind of a dispute going on between him and Solar. And we're just going to kind of go over what's going on here. You know, I know a lot of you guys haven't had a chance to check out the website lately, so we're going to kind of recap what this thread is all about. But basically, Sexter, you wrote this report. Want to give us the backstory about what this report's about, what influenced you to write it?
Well, I go out to San Diego 5 days a week. Well, now it's like 6 days a week because it's summertime.
Mm-hmm.
And on my experience, let's say I go out 5 days a week, and within 2 weeks, I'd say like I went out 10 times. I probably will pull like maybe one girl, and that's from my experience. I only go to good clubs, and on average, I'll pull like 2 girls a month. And lately,
and I think that's pretty good, man. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, I don't know. I guess some guys,
90% fail rate.
Some other guys claim a whole lot more. You know, I know a lot of dudes claim 14 in a month and this and that. But dude, you know, if I get 2 a month, I'm happy with that shit. You know.
Yeah, but my level of success is a lot higher than yours. I mean, I've been in the game for 3 years. I've been reading for a year. I took a boot camp. I don't want to say the company name, but you know, through experience, it's just like, you know, I get one pull, and you know, I go out so much, and I work so hard getting girls, and I still fall short. To like those naturals will always pull all the time, and what I've noticed is that those naturals really just hang out with their friends, bring females in their social circle, and because they control the logistics, they sleep with them. But what I'm talking about when I go out, I do 100% pure cold approach game.
Right, and only 9s and 10s, right? That's all you open
Pretty
is
much.
9s and 10s? Okay.
I'm very picky on who I approach, and I find that 9s and 10s, they have way better personalities. Like, they're more socially calibrated, and they have a lot more fun, really, like in the venue. I mean, they really know how to have fun. And that's why my 2010 New Year's resolution was to only open 9s and 10s. That, or like, she had to be at least cute to be enough for me to talk to. And if people think that I was egotistical for opening only hot girls, really,
Right.
only having standards. Like Ninja, he's the Casanova crew team lead.
In San Diego,
he
right?
started opening 9s. Yeah, he had really high standards, and he was always mocking me for opening like ugly girls in 2009. He was like, damn, like, when are you gonna open hot girls? And like, at the time, I was too scared because I was putting them on a massive pedestal. So I made a vow, like in 2010, that I'm only gonna open hot girls, 9s and 10s only, and because in the past I was putting them on a massive pedestal, like she's out of my league. I'm not a good looking guy. I mean, I'm pretty good looking, but not like the best looking guy in the club. I'm 5'6", Asian American. I'm from the Bay Area, but
Right, okay.
But I always see myself like lower value than them. That's in the past, but after only opening 9s and 10s in 2010, I've gotten way better results. But at the same time, I still have that 90% non-pull rate. I go out 5 days a week, and let's say I go out for 10 times, I only pull 1 time. And every girl I've ever pulled, she's pretty cute. She's either like a 7, 8, 9, or 10. And people think that I could do better if I change my game, which I've gotten good advice on the internet. But like one advice I've gotten was to change venues. And what people don't know about San Diego is that there are only a handful of venues you can really go to that has really hot women. And for example, if I go to a bar, there are like non-quality women there, like average-looking girls. The hot girls that go to bars will totally put themselves on a massive pedestal. Like, from my experience, there's so much competition. If going to a bar, talking to the hottest girls at the bar, like, I know, like, a group of, like, 9s went to a bar one time. They got approached, like, 6 times. And I approached them, and, I'm a nice guy. I was like, hi, how you doing? They like horses. I did the horse girl opener. And they were just, like, really mean to me. And I did nothing to provoke that. It's just that they got approached so much in the bar. So now I only go to really good clubs, like high-end clubs, like Stingery. And when I approach, like, 9s and 10s.
Right.
Like,
okay. Well, and also, and Solar, you're part of the same group down there in San Diego, and you've hung out with Sexter, so you guys kind of know each other pretty well. You guys went to Vegas together. You had different things to say about this report, right? I mean, as far as contradicting what Dexter's claiming, as far as only opening up 9s and 10s. Solar.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here. Well, first, I'd like to preface this by saying, I think it was Niccolo Machiavelli who said the truth is often heard. I mean, the truth is often seen and rarely heard. And most of what Dexter just said is inaccurate. Like, for example, he said he only approaches 9s and 10s because of the New Year's resolution. Interestingly enough, the New Year's resolution only came up after I called him on the fact that he doesn't approach 9s and 10s.
Okay. And for you guys out there, sorry, man, I just want to add that the FR, it's called the typical Saturday night on the Casanova crew field report section. And there's also pictures in there of the types of girls that Sexter considers 9s and 10s, and pictures of Dexter, of Sexter himself in there. But anyways, go ahead, Solar.
Yeah, there are pictures, and he's disputing the ratings on those pictures. So and it's like, I'm kind of like him, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But at the same time, there's kind of a universal standard at the same time.
Exactly.
But, I mean, still, that's just my word against his. What you really have to look for is the girls he calls 7s and 6s that he still talks about approaching. Like, if you look at his thread, pull from street game but got scared at my house, you can see that this girl that he screws up with is clearly a 6 out of 10.
Is this the one from Vegas that you mentioned on the report?
No. This happened in July of 2010. So this is past this whole New Year's resolution thing.
Right.
And then you can go to that thread that the other people posted, where he posted a whole bunch of pics of him kissing girls.
Mm-hmm.
And here he's kissing 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s.
Now, I haven't had a chance
Or at
to
least-
look at all these pictures. Are they like pecks on the lips, or are they actual makeouts?
Some of them it looks like he's putting his tongue in their mouths, and then other ones it looks like he's too busy trying to take a picture to kiss them.
So he's looking at the camera instead of the girl. Let me look at the pictures.
Yeah,
and see.
I can actually. Hold on, I'm looking for it right now. I think it's page 5. If you look at El Guapo's post right above mine,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
and there's a link to the thread.
Guapo.
And if you see that, the girl he talks about kissing is an HB7 by his own description.
Mm-hmm.
And also it says at the beginning of that thread, I only open 8s, 9s, and 10s from now on, which is a contradiction. Either you're opening 8s, 9s, and 10s, or you're opening just 9s and 10s.
Right.
And both of those are contradicted again by the 6 he approached on the street. And so the way I look at it is that I'm not trying to discredit you, Sexter, or anything like that, but I'm trying to get you to see that the reason you aren't improving is because you keep blaming everything else for your failure. I mean, I got nothing against you, dude, and I probably never will, unless you go out and kill somebody, but you're probably not going to do that.
Right, and Decibel, well, what do you think of all this stuff, man? I think you're more familiar with this thread than I am.
There's so much going on here.
Yeah, it's like 63 replies. I've never seen a report get so much attention before. That's why we have these guys on the show.
Well, I mean, for one thing, let me ask Dexter, what do you hope to gain by taking 9s and 10s home with you that night? How would that make you feel?
Well, I feel as if it's an accomplishment within itself because, getting a makeout in the club isn't that hard. Like Solar said, I do my picture routine, which it makes it easier for me to make out with a girl. But how do I feel when I take home a 9 or a 10? Really, I feel really, really good because I accomplished something very, something that's difficult to do. And that's how I feel. It's just I feel good about myself.
I know, but there's a lot of things that you can climb a mountain and feel good because it's difficult to do. But what's the deeper motivation for you to do this? I mean, what is it about? What quality does a 10 have that an 8 doesn't?
Well, here's the thing.
Happy
A
with
10, yeah, right. A 10 or a 9, from my experience, after opening like about 1,000 within 2010, that they have way better personalities. I mean, some are really insecure, but for the most part, they know how to have fun in the club. And they have really good personalities. They're just fun to be around. And after only opening 9s and 10s in 2010, which Solar disagrees, I mean, I did open some 6s and 7s, but from my experience, 9s and 10s are just fun to be around, and I'm just genuinely attracted to them. And there are times where I would reject a 6 or a 7 because I'm not attracted, So I was just only open to
in my
hotties.
experience, I've met just as many fun fatties as fun 10s. I mean, I don't think the personality necessarily has much to do with their looks. And the other thing is, if they're so great to be around, why don't you just get their number and make them a girlfriend? Why do you have to pull them that night?
Well,
right.
With 9s and 10s, from my experience, it's San Diego. It's like the second biggest city in California. From my experience, 9s and 10s have social lives. They have orbiters to be around. They have a social circle. They have a bunch of guys always calling them. And from my experience, they're always busy. From my experience, after opening 9s and 10s only, they tend to be a lot flaky, and they're really, they will snub your approach a lot faster. That's why my focus in 2010 was to only pull them on night game. I mean, that's not my only focus. I would lower my standards, given for the fact that I might get a lay that night. Like, for example, I posted a field report about pulling like a 6 or a 7 to my place, which you got scared in my house because I didn't apply proper keno or game. I don't know how I fucked up, but I prefer just 9s and 10s. I won't let my standard get in the way of me getting a lay. But for the most part, my number one option is 9s and 10s, and I'm very surprised how people care so much about my standards. People think that I have a high ego because I have high standards. Really, I'm just genuinely attracted to 9s and 10s. I mean, they just have better personalities, and they're just hotter, and that's what I like. And every PUA should only get at 9 and 10s, and or at least find a girl with a good personality and think that she's a 9 or a 10.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, Sexter. You say you've been in this for 3 years, and that's a long time. And from what I've seen, from meeting Decibel and other guys that have been in this for about the same amount of time, you notice like after about a year, they stop talking so much about the pickup terminology and thinking in terms of 9s and 10s and how many they're going to bone a month and numbers and stuff like that. But you seem still very insistent on that. Why do you think that is, that after 3 years you're still thinking in that way?
Well, here's the thing.
Because usually guys that have been in it for more and more years, they really don't care anymore. It's just like, okay, I might go out, I might meet a chick, might have fun, and if not, then everything's still okay at the end of the night if you don't pull anyone. But you sound still like with the first year mentality in a way.
Well, here's the thing. When I was young, when I was like 13, 14, 15, I came from a background of being a total dork. Like, I'm not from the Bay Area, so I hung out with gangsters, but I was like the straggler of the group. I'm not really the alpha male of the group. I'm just like there because I'm just there. Mm-hmm. And I came from a background of playing video games, watching Laker games, and that's all I really did growing up. Like when I got home from high school, I just played video games, and I was a total dork growing up. And I went to the dorms at San Diego State University, and I got my ass beat. Like people thought I was a total weirdo, and I was. I was totally weird.
But so I'd say about 70% of the forum came from the same kind of, background as well. I know I did, and a lot of other guys too. But Solar, I don't want to, keep you out of this conversation. I want everyone to kind of join in. But I know you had something to say about something that happened in Vegas between you guys, right?
Right. Basically, what did you want me to talk about in Vegas?
I think I read something, or somebody sent me an email to look at the one where you mentioned that you weren't even at the club when you were being blamed for something that Dexter's accusing you of messing up his set or something like that, or maybe I read it wrong. Is that right, or?
Yeah, basically what happened is Dexter girl, and calling her a 7 would be generous, and things were going well the night between them, and then the second night rolled around because they had agreed to meet each other the next night. So he ended up pulling her back to the hotel room, and apparently it was just him, girl, and her sister. And I don't know what he did, because like I said, I was in the hospital. But apparently he pissed her off to the point where she's like, delete my fucking number. Mm-hmm. And then, once I had gotten released from the hospital, and once we were all in the car driving back to San Diego, Dexter tried to for his failure because I quote unquote wasn't there to wing him. Mm-hmm. Personally, I wasn't there, and how could I screw up your interaction if I wasn't there to begin with? I mean, sure, maybe you say that because I have a wingman, hey, piss her off.
Right. You're kind of cutting off, dude. Can you speak into the phone a little bit closer?
Yeah, sure. I'll put you back on handset. Okay, so,
much better.
What part did you miss?
Pretty much the whole thing sounded muffled up, dude. I might have to edit all that out. Can you just, recap what you said? I didn't know you were on speakerphone.
Okay. Basically, what happened was Dexter, Gordon, and I, and a fourth person who I don't know his handle on the forum, but I know he posts here sometimes, all decided to go to Vegas, and Dexter managed to pull a girl back the first night, and she was in our hotel, and they were hitting on each other, and they were they exchanged clothes, and Dexter gave her a strip show in her dress. So, and then they agreed to hook up the next day. Anyway, next day rolls around, and we all decide to go to Excess. And Dexter ends up going back to the hotel room with the girl because he called her, and she brought her sister along. And Gordon was still in Excess. By this point, I had been carried off to the hospital, and I don't know where the fourth guy was.
And what happened to you? Why did you end up in the hospital?
Alcohol poisoning.
Oh, shit. Was it your absinthe that you like so much, or what?
It was the absinthe and a whole bunch of other things.
Oh shit! We gotta do a whole show on that.
Pretty much from the Thursday night we left until the Saturday I woke up the Sunday I woke up in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I was drinking nonstop, and so
fuck, man.
That's the reason I ended up in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
But the point of the fact is that no one in our group was in the room when he pissed that girl off,
mm-hmm.
and yet he tried to blame all of us for it but himself. And then he did it again at the next Casanova crew meeting because he had to let everyone else know that it wasn't his fault that he didn't get laid in Vegas.
Right.
Didn't he write up on it on the boards? Because I seem to remember something on the forum.
I'm not
sorry,
sure.
What was that?
Wasn't there a post, wasn't there a report about this, complaining about you or something? I seem to remember something back then.
I don't know. I didn't see that one. But there's another guy named Fallout too, who's having trouble with Sexter down in San Diego. And Solar, being neutral, is this a pattern with Sexter, or what do you think? Like pissing people off and stuff. And I'll give Sexter a chance to defend himself too.
Well, I'm going to say this, that in I was kind of like, I haven't been following the CCSD forum recently because I was really busy with both EDC and my July 4th stuff. Mm-hmm. But I was kind of reading through the drama that had happened while I was away. And I can't really say which one of them is wrong or right in this case, but what I can say is that Dexter Fallout has also made the claim that he only approaches 9s and 10s, and Dexter disputed this claim by saying he saw him approach a 7. And I thought that's interesting because when I made the same claim, you were trying to dispute me, yet Dexter expected us to accept his word that Fallout was also violating only 9s and 10s thing.
Uh-huh. This is great stuff, man. Sexter, what do you got to say about all that, dude?
Well, here's the thing about Vegas. We all went to Vegas. All 4 of us went to Vegas. And I was sober at the time. I saw 2 hot-ass girls. I mean, they're not hot. They're 5s and 6s. One was a 2. She's chubby as hell.
Wait,
and one was a 7.
Hold on. You just said you saw 2 hot-ass girls, and then you're like, wait, they weren't hot. They were just 5s and 6s. Which one was it? Were they hot, or were they 5s and 6s?
All right, dude, I'm talking right now, but anyway.
Or are you trying to tell the truth?
I got a shit test because I'm not answering. Anyway, look, listen. I saw 2 girls. One was chubby, one was a 7. I said, hey, what's up? We just arrived, but you 2 are cute. Which I didn't mean, but anyway, it worked anyway. So, within 10 minutes of conversating, we went to our hotel in the altitude. Not altitude, I'm tripping. It's the stratosphere. And I told these 2 girls, I did some good game. And then the next day, I called them up. I was drunk as hell. I had my blood alcohol level was I took 6, 7 shots. And some people, when they're drunk, they're different people. And for me, when I'm drunk, I turn into a different person. Some people get really confident when they're drunk. For me, I turn into a monster. And I invited them over to my hotel, and my game wasn't on. I was out of state, and nothing worked. And because of that reason, I fucked up, which I admit I did fuck up on that set. And that could have been a lay that night, but after being too aggressive, acting too stupid, they left, and I went back to excess, and I got blown out every time because I was drunk. But that's what really happened. I didn't really blame anyone for my mistake. I mean, look, here's the thing. We all went to Vegas, and I was the only one who was trying. And me and Gordon were trying, because Gordon wanted to open the 100 sets because he has approaching anxiety. With Solar, he was drinking the whole time. He was taking 8 shots, 9 shots before we went to the thing, and his blood alcohol level was 40%. That's ridiculous. He went to the hospital while it was just me and Gordon who was trying to get out those 2 girls, which I was drunk, and Gordon was in state at the time. But basically what happened was Solar was too irresponsible to accept for the fact that he was too drunk and that we're there to, get laid, have some fun. But he wasn't aware that he was way too drunk, that he went to the hospital. And really, what happened with Solar is that in the club, XS, he got into a lot of arguments and fights with a bunch of people. and apparently they kicked him out in the club. And I don't know, I think the bouncers kicked him out of that club, and then he went to the hospital. And the next day we were all sobered up. It's like I was kind of worried about Solar because he's still a boy of mine. Like, although we have differences, he's still a friend, because otherwise I wouldn't be hanging out with him right now. We still hang out every now and then, but that's what really happened. That's my side of the story. And with the Fallout situation, what happened was I went to the club, and I don't really like that guy. I mean, he's really egotistical. He tells everybody that he has no weakness in game, he's the best, whatever. And I was also upset. We were just kissing, making out. I was being persistent. And then Fallout and his wing came to my set. They, blew me out. I was like, why the fuck did you do that? And Fallout said, because she wasn't that interested in you. I was like, you still don't do that. It's just ethics. I wouldn't do that to you, so why would you do that to me? And then on the forums, on Facebook, I told him to apologize to me. That was kind of fucked up. Instead, he ignored it, and he went to Casanova Crew in San Diego. It's like a private forum. And right, he was bragging about how he fucks a lot of girls, and how he was saying racist jokes to me, and all I wanted him to was apologize. I mean, that's it. If he apologized, he wouldn't get all blown up.
Well, what's interesting to me is that out of all the chapters and in the 3-year history that we've had Casanova Crew, I haven't heard so much drama from one crew in the whole time we've had it. So why do you guys think that is? Why is there more shit like this going on in San Diego when it seems like other forums or other Casanova Crew chapters aren't really like that? We don't even really talk about gaming when we're out there, or keeping track of who's opening a 7 or a 9. Everyone kind of does their own thing. If someone needs a wing, then they have them. Why are you guys so focused on what each other's doing and stuff like that? Is that the way it always is, or is this just recent, or what?
It's just people are just power hungry. They have such high egos to the point where they just react to people in a negative way. If someone is better than them, they would ignore them or some shit, or view them as competition, when in reality they should just be helping each other. For example, right now I'm looking for someone that's better than me, so I can start with them and we can pull a 9 or 10 from a good club. That's what I'm looking for right now. And also I don't know, all I want is someone that's better than me, so I can learn from him and he might learn from me, so that way we can hang out.
Right.
And why is there so much drama in Casanova Crew SD? Well, it's because I went to a bunch of LAN meetings in CCSD. Before Frank, he was team lead, and he wouldn't get me in CCSD because he told me that I didn't go to enough meetings. At the time, it was pretty good, but after 2 months, he just died. And Ninja became CCSD, and he appointed me at Casanova Crew SD. And it's you know what? It got a little bit better, but still, people are still power hungry. People are still reacting to everybody else. People are still competing.
Right.
And growing up, swag
We're kind of running short on time here. We got to call our other guests at 7, but I just want to say, and Decibel, I know you haven't had a chance to speak much, but I don't know what you think about this, but I think, in the future, if you guys do have these kinds of disputes, it's probably better just to, work them out amongst yourselves without having to, post it publicly, because it just kind of makes everybody look bad in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, go ahead.
If he's generally coming online to get help and he's open to everything, that's one thing. But what people had their feathers ruffled was that he was so defensive about everything, and that's why, not that he was egotistical or egocentric, but that he has an ego because he has an excuse for everything, and it's not necessarily Dexter making the excuse, but his ego. If whatever, he can't do day game here, or only these 2 clubs have 9s and 10s, or he needs to have a wing, and then when he has a wing, he blames his wing. I heard him say he fucked up, which was very refreshing. We just wanted him to open up and drop the ego, and I know he realizes he doesn't have an ego, but everybody else, people that don't know him, people that do know him, keep saying that it's his ego that's getting in the way, and it's he's blinded by it. And so coming on the forum to be called out on that, if you're receptive, can be productive, but if you're just going to be defensive and argue with everyone on every single point, and there's really no point, you should just take it up in private.
Right. Well, thank you guys for being on the call, man. And like you said, you guys are homies, behind the scenes. You guys have your differences, but you guys are cool as of now, right? Sexter and Solar?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
I just wanted to say one thing. In Dexter's response about Vegas, I think he kind of took it the wrong way. I wasn't saying that, to say that Dexter, that your game was bad. I was just pointing that out to show that instead of blaming yourself, you were kind of pointing the fingers at everybody else. Like I said in the thread, I know your game is better than mine, and I know that I have things to work on. I was just saying that if you personally want to get better, you can't be blaming other people.
Right.
And I think you were trying to turn this into I'm trying to dish your game and hate on you, and there's not really a hateful bone in my body, especially about something like game.
Right. Okay. So, are you guys cool then? Are we done?
Yeah, we're cool.
It's all good. I don't really care anymore.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank both of you guys, man, for being on the call. I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll make it down to San Diego sometime and I get to know you guys.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
All right, brother. No
Yeah,
problem,
thanks.
dude. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
Talk to you later.
All right.
All right, laters.
See you in the forums later.
Later.
That was exciting.
Yeah. Wow.
There's a lot of drama there.
Interesting, man. All right, so let me call up Johnny.
Johnny's back.
Yeah, he wanted to come back on, and I had a lot of requests. Actually, the show that he was on last week almost has like something crazy, like almost 2,000 downloads. So
Yeah.
he was definitely popular on the show. Let me call up Johnny real quick. Huh?
He's very controversial.
Yes, he is. Let's see
People
here.
don't get him.
They don't understand Johnny.
He's misunderstood.
Maybe he doesn't understand himself.
Could be.
Let's see.
Checking my Facebook.
Someone's Facebooking you?
Gotta check my updates here. It's been 5 minutes.
Well, luckily I didn't have to hang up on everyone. I thought I was going to have to hang up on you and call you back, but
No, I don't think
I'm getting better at Skype, dude. My Skype game's getting better. Come on, Johnny.
Come on, Johnny.
Hello?
Hey, dude, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I thought I was going to call you later on, but the call that we had before ended sooner than I thought, so we're good. I got Decibel on the phone.
Hey, welcome back.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, it's live, all right.
Yeah, actually, we called. We had another show segment with two other guys that were kind of battling it out, and now there's a second segment with you and Dorota. So let me call her up real quick. How you been, Johnny?
What's that?
How you been, man?
Good, I've been good. That's the girl, so I was on her site. Is that her? You said, is it Dorota? I thought it was Hannah or something.
Yeah, well, her book is The Adventures of Hannah, and that's like a character that she created, and that's what she writes about, and she'll tell us more about it right now. And but her actual name's Dorota. So let me
That's
call
a
her
Power
up.
Ranger name.
Yeah, I saw a picture of her and Ross Jeffries together. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know they knew each other. So we have more stuff to talk about here. So let me go ahead and call her real quick.
Well, Ross Jeffries has, 20-inch dick, so.
He has what?
Nothing.
Let's see. Should be dialing right now.
Hello?
Hey, Dorota.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, nothing, just chilling. We got Johnny on the phone and Decibel.
Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Hey, good to meet you.
Yeah, for you guys out there who don't know, Dorota, she's the author of The Adventures of Hannah, which is a book series, Dorota?
Yeah, actually it's called Sex Life in Hannah.
Oh, okay.
The Adventures of Hannah is the name of my publishing company. But yeah, it's called Sex Life in Hannah. It's a ongoing novella series. I've got 2 books that are already out there, and the 3rd one is in the works.
Oh, cool, right on. And what's it about? What's like the basic plot of these books?
The basic plot is, single girl in LA experiencing it all.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. I mean, it's kind of written like a diary, so it really gets into the head of like what women are thinking.
Uh-huh.
When they're like going on a date with you or having sex with you, or all the kind of crazy thoughts that we have. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, right on, cool. And so we have you on the call because you actually have a interesting past. You know Neil Strauss. You actually used to work for him before he wrote the game, right?
Yeah. I think I was actually working for him while he was writing it.
Okay, cool. How did you guys meet?
We actually met at a sushi bar in Santa Monica. I was going up there to take a ballet class, and I was hungry. So I popped into a sushi bar, and there he was, and he was studying handwriting or something like that. And I believe, if I remember correctly, he was like, hey, I'm kind of like studying handwriting or whatever it was, and he asked me to like write something down on a piece of paper.
Right.
And then, then we just kind of started talking from there.
Like you would write something down and he'd tell you what it meant about your personality or something like that?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, what was that, Decibel?
Sounds like a routine to me.
Yeah, I think that was on page 134 of the book. But
I know. I'm like, is that in his book now?
Yeah, and so you guys met, and while you guys were talking, was he trying to pick up on you, or what were you thinking?
You know what? I really didn't get that vibe from him at all. I like talking to people, random people, and especially like when they have something to talk about. So I didn't really get the vibe that he was like hitting on me. I thought it was more like, he was reading about something interesting and he wanted to share some thoughts, and and I was like, cool, right on. So yeah,
right,
no,
cool.
I definitely did not get that vibe from him.
Right on. And how did you how did he present you with his job opening? How'd you start working for him?
Oh my God, because I was whining because I had just gotten laid off, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do? And, however I was presenting it. And, yeah, you know what, it was just, being at the right place at the right time, he was like, well, you know what, I kind of need an assistant right now, so if you're down with, helping me out with stuff. And I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. Like the perfect, in-between job.
Right.
So.
Well, what kind of things did he make you do for him? What was your job description, I guess?
Yeah. You know what? He was, he was pretty big into writing all the music reviews at the time, and so he just, he had like thousands of CDs that I basically organized for him, and he had like thousands more in his office down on Wilshire, because he might still be doing stuff for the New York Times, but I know at that time he was, so he had like an office on Wilshire. So, I kind of like, helped him do that kind of stuff, and, and then there was other little things here and there, right. I know I helped like organize his portfolio too, and so no, it was cool. It was really good. It was a really great experience.
Yeah, no, did anything like funny or weird happen while working for him, or what kind of a boss was he? Like overly bossy or lenient, or?
No, dude, I told you on the phone. I'm like, if you want dirt on Neil, I'm the wrong person to talk to.
Right. Oh, we just got to ask, but that's cool. Johnny, go ahead.
What kind of portfolio did you organize?
Just basically of all his a portfolio of all his women that he'd shagged over the years. No, it's just, all the different articles he'd written. I gotta tell you, it was a really cool experience all around, and, yeah.
Cool. And Decibel, did you have any questions for Dorota while she was working for Neil?
Well, it sounds like she's not going to dish the dirt, so, no, but he seems like a very genuine guy, very nice guy.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah, he's super genuine, and, you know what, he's a really talented writer, and, and as a writer, and even at that time, I wasn't really much of a writer at that point, but I definitely was, I was checking out his work and was like, wow, this guy, he knows what he's doing.
Right, and I was looking through your Facebook, and I saw a picture of you and Ross Jeffries, and I didn't know you guys knew each other. What was he like, and how did you end up meeting him?
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm if I remember correctly, I think Neil was definitely working on the game while I was working for him, and so he definitely had, I remember I met the mystery guy, right?
Johnny's buddy.
Yeah, and I met Ross Jeffries through Neil, because, we would hang out, too. We
feel
definitely...
bad for you.
What?
I feel bad for you.
No, you know what? It was cool. they're all really eclectic kind of dudes, you know what I mean? And
nice. They're nerds. They're cute. Yeah, they are cute. I used to beat them up in high school.
I don't know. But yeah, no, they're and actually it's kind of funny. I recently helped Ross Jeffries publish his latest book. So it's kind of been like what I wrote on my blog post. It's been an interesting, everything kind of coming full circle where I kind of knew these guys whatever it was like 2001, 2002, something like that, and then we all kind of we kind of moved on our separate ways, lost touch, and then it was really funny because through you, Jay, in a weird way, kind of reconnected with everybody. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, for you guys out there who don't know, I tried the way I met Dorota was at a club, right?
Yes.
And we started talking ever since then and stuff like that. But let's see, I know Decibel has a lot of questions that aren't even really related to Neil. He has more women's perspective type questions. But before we get into that, I just kind of wanted to ask you, what do you think of the whole pickup artist community and that Neil wrote this book that kind of spawned this whole movement?
Well, you know what? I definitely remember going out and meeting a couple of these guys. I was kind of like, wow, this is kind of wacky in some ways, you know?
Yeah.
Just the idea that you would, with intention, do certain things to try to pick up a woman. I mean, to me, picking up somebody, I don't know, it's kind of it should be natural in a lot of ways, starting a conversation with somebody, if you're attracted to them or whatever, you want to meet them, it should be natural. So I got to tell you, I was actually kind of blown away that these guys, that you guys, have, these methodologies behind everything. It was definitely something I never would have even thought would be an industry, for lack of a better word.
Right.
But I will say this. I went to a Ross Jeffries seminar back in 2001, 2002, right? When I first met all these guys. He's kind of the granddaddy of the pickup artist community. And I remember, I was like, oh my God, this is whack, This stuff's so crazy, right? But I recently went to a Ross Jeffries seminar, this year, just because, he and I reconnected and I was helping him out with his book and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I have to say this, I have a new respect for the pickup artist community, and especially Ross,
Yeah.
Because it's definitely, now I think of it more it definitely helps guys, build their confidence, kind of understand, a girl is just a girl. There's nothing to get freaked out about, and I don't know. I have a different, like I said, I have a different perspective, different respect for it all. I think, basically, I think in general, what you guys are doing is good.
Right. Cool. Right on. And Johnny, did you have any questions for Dorota?
Sounds like we have another Erica Awakening on our hands, possibly.
Yeah. Who's Erica
Is that a compliment?
She's like a girl that teaches guys how to find spiritual awareness or something, Johnny? Or that's Johnny's neighbor, actually, up in San Francisco.
Does she know her or no?
No, I don't.
No, I mean, I know there's a couple of girls that are doing some stuff in the pickup artist community. I can't. There's a girl from London, isn't there? There's
Kezia Noble. She was at the Ross thing, right?
Yeah. So I know she's kind of,
There's a few. There's probably half a dozen that are kind of well known, and Erica's kind of an up and comer and stuff like that. But Decibel, I know you had a lot of questions prepared, man. What do you have to ask Dorota?
I'm always so excited when there's a woman receptive to talk.
This is the first woman we've had on the phone too on our show after all 23 episodes.
It's an embarrassment.
Yes.
You gotta get more women on.
If you don't count my voicemail opener, then yeah, Dorota's the first female on the show.
Yeah. I think a lot of POAs don't know girls. That's probably why. I wouldn't get them on. All right, so let me ask you, what would you consider the top 3 best qualities in a man that you look for?
Height? Her.
Yeah,
You
Johnny.
can answer next, Johnny, if you want.
Suddenly it's like gay PUA coming to life, you know. Okay, no. Three best qualities of a guy. Definitely confidence, you know, and I don't mean like, you know, you're like an arrogant asshole, but just confidence from the perspective that you know who you are as a man and you carry yourself that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely attracted to guys that are just great conversationalists. I mean, I don't date all of them, but man, you know, if you're natural and you're cool and you know how to just like talk to a girl, you know, about different things, or you have worldly opinions or opinions about, you know, politics or, you know, or whatever. I mean, you know, I'm definitely attracted to that. I definitely think that is a really good quality. And I would say like the third thing, a man that, you know, takes care of himself. He's healthy, you know, emotionally healthy and physically healthy. And I don't mean you have to have like a six-pack, but, you know, just healthy. Like you don't sit there and eat burgers, you know, every day of the week. And, you go for a run or you work out every now and then.
Right,
like,
keeping fit.
You don't put sex in your top three?
Wow, that's an interesting question. I mean, you know, I guess the reason I don't is because I think that men that are confident and healthy and great at conversation are usually pretty damn good in bed.
So it just carries over.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And I have some questions here, actually. What are your instant turn-offs? Like if a guy comes up to you, like certain things that you just say, like, oh, no way.
No way.
Instant turn-offs.
Horse girl?
What?
Have you ever had the horse girl opener?
There's a routine called the horse girl opener where you ask a girl if she likes horses, and it's a Brad P opener.
I think it would work. Listening to the BT spikes.
Yeah.
It definitely would work.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, tonight.
Let's see.
Well, you know, a lot of girls like look at shoes and stuff, or you know, certain things about a guy.
You know what? I will say this. Like, I'm thinking back to the night that you and I met at the club, and we were hanging out, and somehow, like, you went to the bar, and I followed you to the bar, or something like that. But you were there with a couple of guys, I remember, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I was at the bar, right? And one of your buddies says to me, like, hey, are you gonna, you know, buy my friend Jay a drink? And I'm like, I hadn't planned on it.
That was probably Frank, yeah.
And he's like, and I don't know exactly how he said it, but he said something like, well, that was the wrong answer. If you said you were gonna buy a drink for Jay, I would have bought you a drink. I'm like, oh my god, dude.
Well, I wonder who that was. I don't know if that was Frank anymore. That's funny.
Wasn't me.
No, it wasn't Decibel.
I was like, oh my god, like insulting a girl? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, are you trying to insult me? Are you trying to, like, put me down? Like, fuck off.
Yeah,
you know?
What did he look like? I'm curious now. Do you remember?
You know, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's funny.
He was obviously not memorable.
Yeah.
It wasn't blue, probably, though.
Oh, actually, it probably was. I think
it was blue.
Oh, I don't know. But, Johnny, what about you, man? Any questions for Dorota?
Yeah, I do. How old are you?
33.
Do you date younger or older guys? Like, how many younger guys have you, like, percentage-wise?
You know what, percentage-wise?
What do you prefer?
You know what, I've always preferred older men, and it's kind of weird. Like, percentage-wise, I have very rarely gone out with younger men. It's kind of weird. However, you know, now that, like some of my girlfriends are, like, turning into these cougars, and they're all about dating these, like, 22, 23-year-old pups, and I'm like, damn.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've never really done it. I mean, I've always been, I've always been kind of into the older guy.
I've rarely been with a younger girl. It's always been older.
Yeah? How old are you?
24.
I had to think about that.
24.
But they just came out, yeah.
Well, Dorota, have you ever met a guy who you were not attracted to at all when you first saw him, where you were thinking, like, no way, but then you got to know him and then you actually did become attracted? And if that has happened, what things did he do to make you feel attracted, do you think?
Yeah, that's definitely happened to me before. What did he do? Again, like, I think, I can remember, like, this one time, like, I used to bartend, and this guy would always come into the bar, and he just, he wasn't really a great-looking guy or whatever, and, like, like, your first judgment is always, unfortunately, looks. Like, whether you're a guy or a girl, like, your first impulse is, like, am I attracted to this person or not? And I was like, yeah, this guy's not really my speed. However, he kept coming back to the bar. We kept having, like, these really great conversations, and he became so intriguing to me and just interesting just through the fact that, he would come in, like, every week on a regular basis, and we would just talk, that we ended up dating. Like, we didn't date for a long time, but we actually ended up dating. I was like, you know what, I'm kind of into this guy, even though initially I thought I wasn't.
Right. Okay.
So like I said, I go back to the whole, like, for me, it's like, if you know how to have a conversation, then, I don't know, you're in, man.
Decibel, did you have any other questions?
Sure, tons.
Go
so
for
what
it.
would you consider, the perfect first date for you?
This guy puking in the back. Okay, perfect date.
Be honest.
Perfect date. Shit. God, that's a really tough one. I don't know why.
Because I'm Decibel.
I
so
think
about the
okay.
dates, the good dates that you went on, and did they end in sex? And what was it about it that was great?
Yeah, you know what? I guess if I look at it all from a different perspective, I think the perfect date is when you're so excited about going out with a guy because you guys have either been talking on the phone, a few times, or whatever it is, and you're kind of like worked up and amped up about him, and then he walks through the door and you're like, oh my God, he's like even better than I remember, and then and then wherever it is that you go, you just like hit it off and everything's vibing, and then at the end of the night you just have this passionate kiss, and you probably fool around a little bit, and whether it ends in sex or not, it's like, who cares, because it was just like it was just like this amazing experience of, wow, I was really into him, and I know he was really into me, and we were just, it feels really good to meet somebody that you're super into, and they feel exactly the same way about you. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a great answer.
That's like, to me, that's always the hardest thing, right? Because half the time it's like you're into someone and they're not into you, or they're in a complicated situation, or you're in a complicated situation. Like, it seems to be that, or it seems to me that, just finding like that moment where everything is right, like sometimes it can be so rare. So when it happens, you're like, oh my God, this was like perfect,
Very good answer.
Yeah.
So a lot of it has to do with the anticipation and build-up before the date.
Oh yeah, definitely. That I can definitely tell you that those have always been like, my best dates, where it's like you're on the phone and everything's really great and you're like all built up about it, and then he walks through the door and and you're like, oh my God, he looks great,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the community always talks, says looks don't matter, number one, and they also don't talk about the mid-game, that what you're basically describing is the phone game and text game. That's so important, I think, to build that anticipation.
Yeah.
That is true. We heard it here from a woman.
Dorota, what's the worst way you've ever been approached by a guy?
Worst way? Aside from your friend at the club?
Yeah.
Steamroller.
No, it wasn't Steamroller. What was it? Oh, fuck, no. I don't know.
You were with like 3 guys that night. That's all I remember. I think it was like guys. Anyway, the worst way I've been approached. This was definitely kind of like wacky. Like I remember I was at like a club for like a bachelorette. This happened recently, so it's kind of like sticking at the top of my brain. And it's kind of in line with like what your buddy did. It's like this guy came up to me and he's like, what are you, like 40 something, right?
Oh,
like insulted me, right? I mean,
yeah.
like here's the thing. It's like I don't really care about, age profiling or whatever, but it's along the same lines. It's like, why are you insulting? And then it's like he kept like trying to talk to me, and I was like, dude, I do not know like where you're coming from or whatever, but like, insulting me and trying to like, I don't know, like bring me down or whatever is not hot. It's just not hot. Like,
right, yeah, there's a lot of weirdos out there in the community. There's a lot of mean little fuckers that do that all the time. So
mean little fuckers.
Yeah, sorry you had to go through that. But
I don't know, like maybe there are some guys out there that think like, well, if I put somebody in their place, it'll catch them off guard or something.
Well, I think the intent is to lower your self-esteem. That way they kind of build themselves up and, put you down lower or something, like, especially if you're more attractive than them.
Right.
But, whatever. There's a lot of idiots out there.
Yeah. So, again, don't, like, insult somebody that you want to, like, talk to.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The thing is, if you're genuine and you're not being mean about it, that's one thing. Like when I was with this girl in San Diego, and I told her I like a girl with a little meat on her, and I guess she got offended by that, but in a playful way. She was playful. She was laughing, but you could definitely do it, in a mean way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was grateful. I was grateful. It was a compliment.
You're right. You're right. It's the delivery.
Yeah, if you're not doing it mean and you're just being genuine, it's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we're almost out of time here on the phone, but Dorota, before we go, what's your website?
Oh, it's sexlifeandhannah.com.
Mm-hmm.
So SEXLIFEHANNAH.
All right, cool. And if people want to find your books and stuff, are they available like at a Borders and Barnes & Noble and stuff, or?
Amazon.
Amazon.com, okay.
Yeah, they'll be available in more places in a little bit, but for now it's basically like through my website, through Amazon, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool, right on. Well, thank you very much, Dorota, for being on the call. Appreciate it.
All right. All right, you guys have fun.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye.
All right, bye.
I have so many questions to ask.
Yeah, we're almost out of time, man, because people get pissed off when the show's over an hour because they can't burn it on a CD. That's like the biggest complaint I get. Yeah, that was kind of fun, dude. That was different. Johnny, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, let me ask you something. Oh, shit. I was going to... Well, she's gone, though. She's out, but what were you going to say?
I was going to ask her, I just want to know why the girl, especially early in the bar, like they sit in the worst possible places. Like, there's like 100 places to stand or sit, and they always sit in the worst places to go pick them up. Why do they do that? You know what I mean?
That's
they'll
true,
sit in
man.
the corner where you can't. It has to be obvious if you're coming over there, or they'll sit with their backs turned to the floor or whatever.
Their logistics are all off.
They always want you to work for it.
Yeah. Johnny, I was going to ask you, man, actually, real quick before we get off here, you were talking about my sleeping problem last week, and you were about to explain it, but then we went off on a tangent, but basically you were saying that for the last 6 months you've had this thing where you can't sleep and you feel like someone is in the room with you and all this stuff, and you were about to explain what it all meant, and then we got sidetracked, but what were you going to say last week?
No, there's something weird. I know it's pretty noisy in the city, but it's just, I've been sleeping well lately, but I kind of wake up at random weird times.
Yeah, because my shit's getting worse, dude. I mean, I'm lucky if I didn't get like 4 hours sleep, dude.
Oh,
you drink a lot?
No, not at all, dude. I mean, maybe occasionally on the weekends, but I'm not like an everyday guy or anything.
Yeah, same with me. I don't know. It's really. I'm gonna have to ask. Maybe somebody died in my fucking room or something.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, thank you guys for being on the call, man. I'm going to put the
Great.
show up in about a couple of hours, so
It was exciting.
another cool show, dude. Thanks, Johnny, for being on the call, man. And for you guys out there who want Johnny reinstated into Casanova Crew, email me at jtheripper.com. If we get enough responses, we'll let Johnny back on the forum. Decibel, anything you want to say before we go?
No, and
Yeah,
just
just,
PUA field. What's that?
Shout out to I Am Brian.
I am Brian.
Oh, shout out to Ian Bryan.
Cool, man. Oh, yeah, and also the seminar this Sunday, we have a date change. Tim from RSD will not be able to speak this Sunday, but he will be here on July the 18th, so put that on your calendars, and the Casanova Crew Barbecue has been bumped up a week as well, so it'll be the week after the seminar where hopefully Johnny comes down and see all you guys there. So, that's it. Huh?
What's the date?
July the 18th.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool, man. So, Johnny, is there anything you want to plug before we go?
Nah.
That's it. All right.
You're done.
All right, man. So, I'll talk to you guys later, man. Take care.
See you later. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Wait, hold on, Dorota. Hello?
Are you still recording?
Yeah, well, this is recording because automatically it starts recording whenever I use Skype, but the show's over, though.
Okay, it's fine. You know what? It's so funny. I just had a recollection of something with mystery that I...
Oh, really?
I did! Oh my god, I just had this recollection. Like, as soon as we got off the phone, I'm like, oh my god, I do remember, like, something that happened, like, this one night when... I don't know, we were all, like, going out, and there was, like, a bunch of dudes that, I think a bunch of these, like, PUA guys, or maybe a couple of these PUA guys came over to, like, Neil's place. I do remember, like, so Mystery's, like, the really big, tall, gangly guy, right?
Uh-huh.
And, you know, so he and I were chatting or whatever, and you know, he starts saying something, and he's like, okay, well, like, give me your keychain or whatever, right? And I'm like, okay, sure. And I remember I had this kind of, like, skeleton key on my keychain, right? Like, I had this key, seriously, like, I found it when I was, like, 12 years old, walking down the street, and it opened, like, a bunch of doors. Like, it was, like, wacky, right? Well, he specifically, like, takes this skeleton key, and he's like, watch this, right? And I'm like, okay. And he, like, is, like, you know, putting his fingers over it, and it bends, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm like, now put it back. You know, and he's like, well, I can't put it back. And I was like, oh my god, dude, are you serious? You just, like, totally fucked up my skeleton key that I found when I was, like, 12 years old.
So he bent it kind of like that Uri Geller guy who bends spoons?
Yeah, or
the same
something.
kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if he thought that I was gonna think, like, he was all that because he did that, but I was like, you know, put it back. And he's like, well, I can't put it back. I'm like, oh my god, dude. Like,
so he wasn't kidding, like, he was serious, like, okay, is this bent? Like,
yeah.
That? Oh, what a prick.
I know.
That sucks.
So, Mystery, if you're listening, you owe me a fucking skeleton.
You know what? I'm gonna insert this into the show. I'm gonna edit the whole thing because it's kind of a long show because I interviewed some guys before you.
Right.
But I'm gonna squeeze all this in and edit it in because this is good stuff.
Well, I just wanted to share that with you because I suddenly had that recollection of that night, and I was like, oh my god, I totally remember he, like, fucked up my skeleton.
That bastard.
I know. I was like, and again, it's like, are you trying to hit on me? Because you just, like, fucking pissed me off because you fucked up my skeleton.
Yeah. So is your key still bent today? Like, do you still have it?
You know what? I think I ended up getting rid of it because
Aww.
it fucked up. I know.
Yeah. Damn you, Mystery.
I know.
We hate you.
So, I don't know, maybe he's perfected his, like, magic now or something, but I just remember at the time I was like, dude.
So he's a horrible pickup artist and a horrible magician. You heard it here first on the Jay the Ripper show. But hey, I was just talking to Decibel about you when we got off the call, and I said, you know what, I liked her on the call. We should have her back to maybe, like, help answer guys' questions. So if you don't mind, I mean, you can plug your stuff all you want, and maybe have you be, like, a recurring character, like maybe, like, you know, once or twice a month or something.
I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, right on. So I'm going to upload the show in a couple of hours. It should be up, like, by 10:30ish. So if you want to, I don't know if you're going to be busy tonight, but if you want to hear it, I'll text you the link, and you can check it out.
Yeah, okay, so is it going to be like an MP3 link? Is it going to be like a link you can put up on my website too?
Yeah, it'll be MP3.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
right on.
Okay, thanks, Jay.
Cool, thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, bye.
I can concentrate on history or math. All I can do is think of you, and I'm I'm skipping class over you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You've got me sad, you've got me blue. I'm skipping class over you. Now my report is kind of bad. I don't know what I'll tell my dad. All I do is think of you, hoping that you will be too. Because I broke the golden rule, I had to sit in a corner. It sure looks like that I'm a goner, 'cause I'm skipping class over you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You've got my heart, though we're apart. I'm skipping class over you. Because I broke the golden rule, I have to sit in a corner. It sure looks like that I'm a goner, 'cause I'm skipping class over you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You've got my heart, though we're apart. I'm skipping